Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of 1990's Represent. We're wrapping up our fifth cycle of 1996 with a game. In this episode, we're talking about Shadows of the Empire, particularly the Nintendo 64 version. It eventually got ported to PC sometime in 1997. This was actually the very first Nintendo 64 game that I got. So I got my Nintendo 64 in 1997 with the intention mostly of playing GoldenEye. However, when we went to get the system, they were sold out of GoldenEye, and then I ended up getting Shadows of the Empire. I think it's like one of four Star Wars games on the Nintendo 64 because I think it goes in order of release: Shadows of the Empire. I think it was then Rogue Squadron, Episode 1 Racer, and Episode 1 Battle for Naboo. Battle for Naboo and Rogue Squadron are very similar. Rogue Squadron, I think, is definitely the better game. Probably Rogue Squadron, out of those four, I think Rogue Squadron is probably the better game on the system. I would say Shadows of the Empire is decent. Like, the first level just kind of hooks you in right away. The other levels kind of are a little disappointing compared to the initial level. The initial level on Hoth is just really good. And I remember that part of that video was featured in, like I mentioned in the Donkey Kong Country episode, that when they did Donkey Kong Country, they sent out a VHS tape to Nintendo Power subscribers, kind of as a little like a trailer for the game. They did the same thing, I think sometime in 1996. With a bunch of Nintendo 64 stuff because they were kind of hyping up the launch of that console. And some of the gameplay from Shadows of the Empire was featured on that VHS tape. I think I have that VHS tape around here somewhere, along with the Donkey Kong Country tape. I just don't have a way to play them at the moment. But before we get to the notes, so Shadows of the Empire was kind of a cool thing because it came out in 1996 and it was a huge multimedia project for Lucasfilm, LucasArts, and they treated it almost like a film in the franchise. The main thing was a book, which I actually have the book right here. So this is Shadows of the Empire by Steve Perry. Basically set between The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, kind of tells the story of like Luke, Leia, and crew getting ready to rescue Han Solo from Boba Fett. They had a new character introduced as Dash Rendar, who you actually play as throughout the video game. But yeah, they treated this whole thing like a film. So they did, like I said, they did the book, and then they did like a whole like line of comic books. I think Dark Horse published those. They did Kenner did a huge toy line for it. So they did figures from all the different characters. They did, I think Caesar is how it's pronounced, the main villain. They did kind of I remember figures of, it was like, I think it was definitely Luke. I don't know if they did Lando, but they did Luke and Lando in Coruscant Royal Guard gear because they kind of infiltrate the Coruscant Palace dressed as Coruscant guards, kind of similar to how Han and Luke get aboard the Death Star, or once they're on board the Death Star, they steal Stormtrooper gear and walk around in disguise. They did a figure of that. I think they did a figure of Chewbacca, but it was Chewbacca. I forget what the character's name, but he was disguising himself as another Wookiee bounty hunter. The book actually explains how Leia gets the bounty hunter gear that she has in Return of the Jedi. So they did a whole line of action figures, and I think it was like part of the Power of the Force line at the time, because I think they brought that toy line back in like 1995. They did the Slave One action figure, which my friend had, which actually, or not action figure, the Slave One ship, which was really cool. They did like figures for Dash Rendar, but they even did like a soundtrack album for it. They just produced a ton of content around this thing, like basically, like I said, almost treating it like they would treat a theatrical film release for a Star Wars film. And this came out like I said, in 1996. People knew that the special editions were coming, so this was kind of like one of their last big projects before they released or re-released the special edition films in 1997. But let's see. Now we're actually going to get to the notes about this, but you can actually just see what we have here. All right, but then kind of like one of the huge parts of this project was the video game, which again wasn't quite a launch title on the N64. I think it came out a few months later, but it still came out in 1996. And here's the notes I have for it. So the game was released December 2nd, 1996. I think there was some delays in development. So like I think like it didn't get great reviews or kind of like buzz at I think at like E3 or whatever it was. So LucasArts ended up delaying the game slightly to come out shortly after the launch of the N64. Still one of the earlier games on the console, but not quite a launch. Let's see here. They apparently started development on it in 1994. And another little note here I have was Shigeru Miyamoto actually, I think, wanted Dash Rendar to be more animated, like when you're in the platforming levels or the run and gun levels. So if he's idling, he wanted like animations on him and stuff like that. It came out to mixed reviews. I don't know where I rank it in the. Like, I didn't get a whole lot of time with Battle for Naboo, even though I do own it on the console. That was actually the last N64 Star Wars game I got. I found it at a local store, like for like a couple years ago or something. So if I had to rank the games from the Star Wars series that are on N64, I would say Rogue Squadron is probably the best, like easily. Then probably Episode 1 Racer, maybe this, and then Battle for Naboo. The only reason I put Battle for Naboo last is I haven't played a whole lot of it, and I remember it being not quite as good as Rogue Squadron. But let me bring up some of the reviews here for the game. We're looking at the N64 scores mostly on here. Game Rankings has it at a 73.61%. All Game had it at a 3 out of 5. EGM gave it a 7.87 out of 10. GameFan had it at a 90 out of 100. Game Revolution has it at a C+. GameSpot gave it a 7.1 out of 10. I think the PC version fared a little bit better. IGN looks like has it at a 6.5. N64 Magazine had it at looks like a 78%. Next Generation only gave it 2 out of 5. Nintendo Life has it at a 6 out of 10. Nintendo Power gave it a 4.35 out of 5. You gotta take that one with a grain of salt because it is the official kind of Nintendo magazine. And then let's see, Science Fiction Weekly gave it a B+. So kind of mixed reviews. I think the PC version actually had like some full motion video stuff and things like that because they had like obviously less hardware or higher better hardware to use basically, so they were able to optimize it, get a little bit more out of the game. But from what I remember, it's been a while since I played it. The game, it's still fun. Like the very first level of the game is probably one of the best first levels in maybe gaming history. But kind of after that, the levels don't really do as well. You do come across iconic Star Wars characters and villains, like you fight Boba Fett in one level. The level prior to that, you fight IG-88. You fight an AT-ST on Hoth, like in the base. And then you could battle with the AT-ATs in the Battle of Hoth. That's still probably like the best level of the game, I think, is the first level. But we're going to now switch over and get into our gameplay, and we'll be right back with that. All right, we are now here back in our Nintendo 64 emulator with Shadows of the Empire loading up. And this game had a really cool debug option. I can't get it to work on emulator because you would have to, from what I remember, you would have to name your character Wampa Stompa or your profile, go to a game, pause it, hit all of the C buttons, L, R, Z here, and left on the D-pad, and then move the analog stick to the left and right, and it would make a sound. However, trying that on through the emulator actually disconnects the USB. It does a weird thing, so it's probably not going to work. But we will just start up a new game. And here's Battle of Hoth. We're going on just normal difficulty. So set during one of the most iconic scenes in the franchise. So initially you just gotta blow up probe droids. First level out. I think I got one left. All right, complete. Now we got, looks like ATSTs now. You can actually just take these out with blasters. All right, we're taking some fire here. All right, probe droid. All right, now it gets fun. You got the AT-AT showing up now. And I think you can take them out with blasters, but you actually can only get the challenge points in this level by taking them out with the harpoon and cable, but I like to take out the probe droids and the ATSTs first, just so you don't get shot at too much when you're actually trying to wrap up the AT-AT. So we got another ATST here. Alright, what do we got left? We got a couple enemies still to go. Alright, let's try to take out the walker here. So then you gotta fly it around. Try not to crash into it or get shot at. Alright, cool. There we go. First AT-AT is down. I'm about to blow up too. Alright, probe droid. Alright, that level's done. And then this is now stage 4. This is the final part of this level. So now we got a lot of walkers. We got, I think, 2 AT-ATs here, bunch of ATSTs, more probe droids. There's a lot of crossfire, and I just got blown up there. Alright, that one's down. Take out the probe droid. We got another ATST here. Getting a little bit too close there. Not quite ready to go after the AT-AT. Okay, that one's down. Okay, we got one more ATST and then the AT-ATs. Or maybe two more ATSTs? Let's see what we got left here. Try not to crash into the leg. All right, there we go. Okay, there's an ATST still up. Okay, I think the cable got shot off or something. And I think you are given just a limited number of cables, but you can take the AT-ATs out with blasters. It just takes a while. It takes forever, kind of. Yeah, there we go. Final AT-AT is down. I think there might be... Okay, no, we got it. So there, that's the end of the level. Shield generators gets blown up just like in the movie. Alright, now we're in our first kind of platforming level, our first run and gun level. And this is the escape from Echo Base. So you got jump, you got fire, and then these are the camera. There's like cinematic camera, which is like nearly impossible to use, but at the Falcon getting ready to head out. Fun thing with this level is you can actually unleash the Wampas to you can actually unleash Wampas to attack the snowtroopers. It's really weird, but And just for the hell of it, let's let the Wampas loose. Which is actually from a deleted scene where C-3PO actually does let the Wampas loose in the movie. They cut the scene because it's ridiculous. The turret is getting me. And I'll leave a link in the description to check out the video of that I've... It's one of my most viewed videos on this channel for some reason. Just a silly clip of C-3PO ripping a sign off a door and Wampas pulling a snowtrooper into it. I don't know if I can find any health. No, there we go. Alright. Yeah, you can definitely hear the Wampas in there doing their thing. There's their version of a Wilhelm scream there. Gotta blow up that turret. Yeah, so there's some generators we gotta turn on. We got that one already. Alright, there should be... I don't know if you get seeker missiles in this level or not. Oh, jeez. Forgot about the kind of thing separating here. Don't know if I can get to that now, or... I maybe completely just screwed that up, but... Alright, get rid of those snow troopers. Hopefully I can make this jump. Barely. Alright, are those the seekers? No. Health. Because I think we're about to go into the ATST battle. Yep, so here's our first kind of boss fight. The thing with the ATST is you just got to get underneath it and then you can shoot up at it. Don't get stepped on or stomped, whatever it is. So basically, yeah, you just gotta follow it around, aim up at it. Let's see. Full health. I missed whatever that was. I don't know if that was a missiles or what it was, but... Oh, jeez. Yeah, I was at full health, and yeah, the ATST is definitely will destroy you if you let it. Yeah, I don't know where this... I just don't think I have any seeker missiles. Nope. Yeah, it's definitely a lot easier with the Seekers, but if I run and try to find them, I'm gonna get killed, so... Alright, couple more shots and we should be good. Alright, there we go. Alright, now that that's down, I should be able to explore this room a little bit more. Yeah, there's the Seekers there. Go up here, get some more items. Oop. Alright, we should be good to go. And when you get on the ship, it's not over yet. You got there actually are enemies on the ship too. Oh, yeah, there they are. Only 4 health left. Oh, I got killed when I was on the ship. Alright, there we go. So we didn't find any challenge points. Those are kind of like hidden, they look like Rebel Alliance insignias. I don't know where. Okay. Yeah, because I think after this level you get to Ord Mantell, which is where you deal with IG-88. And again, like, you gotta love the music in this game. This is probably my favorite, aside from the Imperial March. I think I like this. Might be my favorite track. This is the Asteroid Field theme, which incorporates parts of the Imperial March, which is really cool. So there's asteroids. So yeah, destroyed an asteroid, got a challenge point. Okay, there's the bombs. Oh my god. Okay, we've got like 20 more TIE fighters to go. And I am about to blow up, it looks like. Have very low health. Alright, we got one TIE fighter left. Okay, I think we got it. So, 3 of 6 challenge points on that level. So yeah, that was part 1. I think part 1 is escape from Echo Base. And now we are trying to find Boba Fett now. But I think the first part of that is going to dealing with Ord Mantell. Let's just go here. Got a cutscene. And this is like a moving platforming level. You have this train, and you have to jump between. I missed the challenge point, but so you got to jump over stuff. Oh God, missed that one. Missed a challenge point there. So it's ducking and jumping, basically. Oh, I missed that. Oh, that's a... I got killed there. Nope, missed that one. No, I think I lost the Seekers. So I don't have those anymore. Because I remember the IG-88 fight is just... Well, if you have Seekers, it's just incredibly easy. Oh, I fell off. And then gotta jump to the next car. No, I should have ducked for that one. Oh, man. Is this a duck or is this a jump? I think it's a... It's a jump. Well, maybe it wasn't. I don't know. So you got a one up there, basically. We got these energy barriers. Because you can't duck those. That health? Yep. Oh my god! What the hell? I don't know which of these trains I should be on. Because at some point you had to... That one looks like... That one, did it fall? It went off? Yep. Got another one of those energy barriers. Okay, you shoot them to turn them off. Okay, cool. Oh, missed the... What am I getting shot at? Oh my god, where was I getting shot from? Oh no! I don't know if I'm near the end of the level. I'm already at full health. Yeah, this level is pretty generous with the extra lives that you get. How do I get off of here? Oh, there it is. Whoa! I missed the jump. Alright, so the train should be stopping pretty soon. Alright, now I think we're at the part where we deal with IG-88. Okay, and I don't have any Seekers, so don't know what the best way to deal with him now is. Okay, got some health. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, that was a one-shot kill, basically. Oh, there's my secret. I got him back. Okay, cool. Oh my god. Okay. Jeez, his gun is just ridiculous. Oh, I missed it again? Come on, man. Oh, fell. And I fell and died, so. Alright, game over. But still a lot of fun to play this game. Challenging levels. We got all the way to Ord Mantell, which is pretty good. So basically we went through the Battle of Hoth, went through Escape from Echo Base, we did the asteroid field, got to the Ord Mantell junkyard, got killed by IG-88, but what are you gonna do, right? But still a lot of fun. Again, this is the very first Nintendo 64 game that not that I played, but that I had for my N64 when I got it in 1997. But that's gonna do it for now. We'll be back again in a few days, starting our 5th cycle of 1997. So remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. We'll see you again next time. Take care. Have a good one. See ya.